Hello everybody, this is Madiha reporting love from an island right off the coast of Bali called Nusa Penida. I'm here on a weekend retreat with Ihab, and we are living in this really beautiful place called Bamboo Suites. That's literally these bamboo huts, very organic, very sustainable, on the middle of a mountain, and even the water comes from a spring, so it's completely natural living. And today I wanted to share with you about a topic that I think is very important for every man and every woman to share with her man as well, which is how a man can fulfill a woman. And many months ago I made a video about how to get what you want, and this video was really popular. I think it's one of my highest ranking videos. So today I thought to do its counterpart so that men can also understand women and participate in this dynamic between the masculine and the feminine. And so I'm gonna offer 3 steps for every man to really be able to fulfill his woman. And I feel this is one of the deepest man needs or desires, to feel like he can fulfill his woman. And I hope you enjoy the video. So the first invitation I wanted to share with you is that in order to understand and fulfill your woman, you need to ask her what she wants. This means make it a habit, make it something that you weave into your lifestyle, to ask her what she wants, what she likes. This can be on all levels. This can be on the physical level, what kind of places she likes to go to. This can be on an emotion level. How does she like you to hold space for her? This can be on a spiritual level. What is she really looking for in life? What is her vision of her life? And the more you practice this, because it won't come naturally to you, because for most of us, we weren't taught to ask others what they want, or ask ourselves in the first place. So if you're not someone who asks yourself, how can you start asking your partner or your lover or your beloved? So start, of course, asking yourself what you want, and then extend that to your partner to really establish that conscious communicational, I don't know if that's a question, but that really expressive bridge between you and her, to be able to know what she wants. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind when you ask what she wants is right timing. Everything in life is about right timing and right dosage of the potion. So if I'm constantly asking, it gets a bit like, okay, whoa. The key is to ask in the right timing. So for example, you're walking in a place and you see a bunch of objects that might appeal to her. So you might ask, like, honey, which one of these do you like the most? So you can start to understand her taste, what kind of things she likes. Or when you're booking a hotel for a retreat, you can ask her, honey, which ones do you really prefer? Do you prefer luxury? Do you prefer natural? Do you prefer a bit of both? What is it you're looking for? And this doesn't happen once or twice and you get a woman. You have to constantly be asking her what she wants. And of course, in my other video, I invited women that if they want to get what they want, they have to ask for it. So I think it's a conversation, a dynamic between both women asking for what they want. So, I really want you to organize more surprise and things that like take me out of my comfort zone and take me on an adventure. And for men also to go out of their comfort zone and ask more. What would you like? What do you love to experience? What kind of experiences feel good to you physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally? And so the more you start to understand each other, the more you can fulfill each other's desires. Now, I'm not saying that the goal of a relationship is to fulfill each other's desires, because as conscious couples, we really work towards our own inner fulfillment. And I would say it's a balance. Maybe 70% your own inner fulfillment, and being in a co-creative relationship where you can also learn to fulfill each other's desires, because it feels good, because it feels right to be able to fulfill another human on such deep levels. So remember that it's a balance. Now, the second thing I wanted to share in terms of fulfilling a woman is to understand her love language. Now, if you're not familiar with love languages, definitely I advise you to read the book about the 5 languages of love. This book, this knowledge really will blow your mind and radically shift how you see other humans, because part of our assumption, or our, narcissism as humans, is thinking that everybody operates like us. So if this is the way I receive love or I receive connection, then I assume everybody in my community receives in the same way. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Every person has a language of love. Now, researchers have been able to do the work and see what are the patterns in the languages of love that people have. And what they noticed was that there are 5 patterns that usually you can start to understand what a person's language of love is. That means how they receive love and how they give love. Now, because this is a video about giving, how you can give love, your adventure or your quest is to understand what your lover, what your partner, what your husband, your wife's language of love is. Now, the languages of love are 5. One of them is quality time. So some people just really enjoy spending quality time, like going on a date, or like my mom really enjoys quality time. So for her, going to spend, days and days with my grandma, that's how she shows love. It's spending time with that person. Some people, they enjoy gifts, so giving things, giving presents. My dad used to always give me a lot of presents, and that was his language of love. How can I give objectively? And some people love to receive gifts, and for a long time I rejected that form of love because I wanted more words and touch and different things, which I will talk about. But language of love means language, which means learning each other's languages. And some people give and receive through gifts. Now, I realized I really love gifts. They're a very spiritual, sacred offering to someone's soul. When you say, I really understand what you desire and I can really tune in to what you would like to receive. So when someone really gets me a gift that moves my heart, like a music playlist, or in the old days, like a mixed CD, and I could listen to these songs and really enjoy, this is something that really, really moves me at the core of my being. So one of my languages of love is definitely gifts. Other languages of love include, but are not limited to, of course there's many more, but these are kind of like the basic patterns they found. Touch. Some people really enjoy touch, and that way they need you to be close to them, to hold them, to give them caresses, to give them a bit of intimate touch. And for me, this is probably my core language. My number one language is touch. So even if Ihab is praising me and he's in another country and I'm in a country, like in the beginning, our first year, we were long distance, and without touch, without being able to put his hand in my hand and to feel his touch on my skin, something was missing deeply for me, because one of my languages of love, and I would say my main one, is touch. And that's also how I give love. So I love to just touch people very gently, very lovingly, very connectively, with intention that we're here, And so this is something I learned about myself. Other languages of love include, but are not limited to, words. Some people really love words, so words of appreciation, praise. It really allows them to receive respect and honoring. And for a lot of men, this is a big one. I love words, but I also, it's probably like 3rd or 4th for me. For Ihab, it's number 1. So when I understood his love language, I started to learn to speak it more and more, give more praise, recognize when he does something beautiful, recognize when he does something generous, and really allow myself to see how beautiful his being is through words. Those are my offerings to him. Or at least I'm learning, because to be honest, this wasn't very common in my family or in my community, and so this is something that I had to learn how to bring more out of myself in. So I think that's 5. I said the quality time, and the gifts, the touch, the words. I think there is one more. If I remember it, I'm gonna put it right at the bottom here. And if I don't, you can do your research. Just look up 5 languages of love. Now, this being one way to fulfill a woman, another important thing to pay attention to is how she receives that language of love. So if her language of love is quality time, what kind of quality time? You might go and say, we spent last night together. Or like, what do you mean you're not satisfied or fulfilled, if that's your language of love? But you might say, no, for me, it takes more intention, like going on a date, time that's intended just for us to like connect and have conversation and share and listen. So similarly, if somebody enjoys gifts, it doesn't mean whatever gift you're going to give them, they're going to enjoy. Maybe a woman enjoys jewelry. And maybe another, it's not about jewelry, it's about really something conscious, like sacred geometry on jewelry, for example, which is what I love. I really love pieces like this that are very intentional and symbolic. So if somebody just got me a piece of jewelry with diamonds, I don't think I would enjoy it as much if somebody got me like earrings with a Sri yantra or something really meaningful. So for me, the gift has to have meaning. So understand your lover's language of love, and trust me, your fulfillment levels are going to go so high, because your lover, your beloved, your partner, your wife is going to feel understood. And for all the women watching this video, share this with your partners, share this with your friends. Men also need to receive this information to know how to fulfill. Otherwise, a lot of frustration builds up. Otherwise, a lot of resentment and separation, because we don't understand each other. It's almost like when we feel another culture or religion or something is so different from me that I can't even attempt to understand or love. And when I can understand my other, my partner, the person I am connecting with, then I can love them more deeply. So for the final one, and this one is also really important. So some of the stuff I talked about, it's very out there. You go, you ask, there's a yang energy. It's very external. I'm asking, I'm acting, I'm behaving externally. For the last one I wanted to share, it's more subtle. So as a final invitation, I want to invite you to tune into the subtleties. Tune into the things that are kind of like secret messages from your woman, from your wife, from your partner. Tune into the places where she suggests what she wants, or she clues at it, or she hints at it. And when you start to navigate those, and from that place get her something that she mentioned really kind of discreetly, oh my God, those are the highest level of fulfillments. When she didn't have to come and tell you outright, because she will receive when she asks for what she wants, which is, I remember my mom this last birthday, for the first time in her life, I think she asked for what she wants. She asked my dad for electronic digital watch or something, and he brought it, and she was so happy. I can tell she was like showing it to everyone and really proud and really happy, finally fulfilled. And it was because she asked for it. And so that's a beautiful way to receive what you want. And also, women, we so deeply love to be understood without having to say what we want. Whether that's good or bad or healthy or unhealthy, that's a different question. But to be honest, that's the truth. That's the truth. We love to be understood without having to say our truth. And that's kind of like the mysterious inner realm. Someone who understands me feels me. I don't have to say how I feel. He just tunes in and knows how I'm feeling and what I desire. So if you're a man and you're able to tune into the subtleties, the clues she leaves around, the hints she makes in her comments about life, about things, about adventures, about gifts, then that is when you will truly be able to satisfy her at the deepest level of her being, the level that so longs to be seen and heard and celebrated just in her center without her having to come and ask for it. So tune into that. And if you enjoyed this video, or if this is something you've tried, or if you watch this video and then you try, I really invite you to leave me your comments, share with me your experiences or any other insights you have about this topic, because I really love to hear from you, and I really love to learn how others have dealt with the same question, which is how to fulfill a woman, or how a woman. So this is from my own process of understanding what fulfills me, because when I understand what fulfills me, I can share it with you, and this will empower you to fulfill other women. So every human, every woman's inner process can serve as a bridge, as a message, as a messenger towards higher consciousness and higher fulfillment and higher bliss and joy. And after all, that is why we are here, or at least one of the core missions for every woman is to come and enjoy, because you are an embodied being. Life has so many gifts and bliss and euphoria to offer us, and we are here to receive. So for every man watching this video, I hope this was useful for you. For every woman, make sure to subscribe to my channel and to share this video with a man who needs to listen to this. So maybe make it a point, share this with at least one man in your life who needs to learn how to fulfill his woman. Thank the goddess, I am very much deeply fulfilled in my relationship with Ihab. I've learned so much about myself, I've learned so much about men, and together we're able to heighten and expand this level of fulfillment, because fulfillment doesn't start and end somewhere. It's not black or white, it's a spiral, and we can go deeper and deeper into fulfilling each other, speaking each other's love languages, and reading the signs. As a special bonus for this video, I want to show you little clips from our adventure here in Nusa Penida. We're off to the islands! Oh my god, my spot!
أنا محملتني كل شيء مديحة، مفيش شيء غير أنا حامل.
أنا حامل الكاميرا.
بعدين شنطة مديحة تفكروها صغيرة، كل فيها حديد.
Ready?
Ready, steady, go.
What's the planet we're working with for this weekend?
رح نشتغل مع فينوس، كوكب الحب، الزهرة.
we were getting so soaked تحت. Literally كل أغراضنا تبلوا. All our stuff got wet. كل ما تخبط السفينة بالبحر يجي موجة like so much water. So now we move to the back and we are survivors. The volcano, and we have arrived on. Where did we arrive? Is it Nusa? Hi guys, we finally made it down to this beach. There's nobody here, as you can see. And I was reading my Kindle, and I just want to share with you this beautiful passage about time. Why we need you to have time freedom. Time is the most precious commodity in life. How you spend your time is what differentiates a life that is simply tolerable from a life that's deeply satisfying, full of all the things you love. How you're spending your hours is how you're spending your days, and how you're spending your days is how you're spending your life.